butter named Word Babcock walked into my office and laid his cards on the table. I should have trusted the cold chill that ran down my spine.
Kaiser! Kaiser Lubowitz!
That's what it says on my license.
You gotta help me, I'm being blackmailed, please!
Suppose you relax and tell me all about it.
You won't tell my wife?
Level with me, Word. I can't make any promises.
I'm a working stiff. Mechanical maintenance. I build and service joy buzzers. Those fun little gimmicks that give people a shock when you shake hands.
So,
a lot of executives like them, particularly down in Wall Street.
get to the point.
You know how it is. I'm on the road a lot. I get lonely. It's not what you're thinking. See, guys, I'm basically an intellectual. Sure, a guy can find all the bimbos he wants, but the really brainy women, they're hard to find on short notice.
Keep talking.
I heard about this young girl, 18 years old, Yale student, and for a price, she'll come over and discuss anything you want. Sartre, Yeats, anthropology, exchange of ideas. You see what I'm getting at?
Not exactly.
I mean, my wife is great, but she won't discuss Eliot with me, or Pound. I didn't know that when I married her. See? I need a woman who is mentally stimulating. I don't want an involvement, I want a quick intellectual experience, and then I want the girl to leave. Guys, I'm a happily married man!
How long has this been going on for?
6 months. Every time I have that craving, I call Flossie. She's a madame with a master's degree in comparative literature. She sends me over an intellectual, see?
So he was one of those guys whose weaknesses was really brainy women. I felt sorry for the poor sap. I thought there were a lot of jokers in his position who would pay through the nose for just a little intellectual communication with the opposite sex.
Now they're threatening to tell my wife?
Who is?
Flossie. They booked the motel room. They have me on tape discussing Eliot's Wasteland and Thus Spake Zarathustra. And getting into some kinky stuff, yeah? So, now they want 50 grand, or they tell my wife. Kaiser, you gotta help me. Carla would die if she knew she couldn't turn me on up here.
Flossie. I remember Flossie. She was the first woman I ever loved. She was the only woman I ever loved. She was everything a man could desire. Brains, brawn, that gorgeous, long, blonde hair, and that voluptuous body. I couldn't believe she was running the old call girl racket. I heard that the boys down at headquarters were onto something involving a group of highly educated, specialized women. But so far, they were stymied.
I knew Kaiser was on to me. I had this feeling. Oh, we had a special connection, Kaiser and I. God, I hadn't seen him in so long, I almost wished he'd hurry up and arrest me already. I loved him, of course, but he wasn't a private investigator back then. We were both in college, and it was love at first sight.
Oh, Flossie was really something. First time I saw her, she was running around the room, spitting at all the people who hadn't read Browning. But man, was it sexy. And when my turn came, I couldn't wait to feel that sweet spray on my face. And all I felt was her lips on my feet.
The first time I met Kaiser, I was running around spitting at all the ugly people in the room. But when I came to Kaiser, oh, Kaiser, I just couldn't help myself. Just grabbed his feet and licked them. Right in front of all those people. And after that, it was bliss. Though I never told him my deepest, darkest secrets.
We spent every minute together. In the evenings, we'd read poetry. Sometimes I wasn't in the mood, but I'd do it for good old Flossie. But I knew she was hiding something. When I looked into her eyes, behind all that makeup and those bushy eyelashes, All I saw was a little boy being spanked because he was reading too much done. And that's when I knew I was getting into something really, really nasty.
I couldn't take it anymore. Kaiser was well on his way to graduating and I hadn't even passed a single goddamn exam. I hated the system. So I left.
And one fine day she just left. No note, no essay, not even a goddamn dissertation. I'll take your case, word, but it'll cost you. I charge $50 a day plus expenses. You'll have to repair a lot of joy buzzers.
Hey, it won't be 50 grand worth, I'm sure of that.
Get Flossie on the phone for me.
House of Discreet Pleasures, how may I help you?
I understand you can help me set up an hour of good chat. I'd like to discuss some Melville.
Moby Dick or the shorter novels?
What's the difference?
The price, that's all. Symbolism's extra.
What'll it cost me, honey?
500, maybe 6 for Moby Dick. Would you want a comparative analysis? Melville and Hawthorne? That could be arranged, you know.
The dough's fine. Send your girl to room number 438, the Plaza Hotel, this evening.
Oh, and one last question. Do you want a blonde or a brunette?
Surprise me, baby.